What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're actually very excited to share something with you. As most of you know, we spent a solid week back in Washington, D.C. not too long ago. We have 0 YouTube videos out about what we were actually doing there. We're sorry about that, but it was like the most busy week of the year.
It was non-stop. Definitely, I would say our busiest week of the year, but it was insane. We were non-stop. Hence the reason that we weren't able to do any YouTube videos, and we apologize for that. Because people, I think, are very confused about what's going on and why we were even there.
We're gonna make up for today. We're gonna make all up for it. We want to tell you guys exactly what we were doing out there and give you a little bit of a behind the scenes look at some brand new software coming out this Christmas called Luminar AI.
Christmas!
While we were out in Washington, D.C., we're actually working with the company that makes Luminar AI called Skylum to create some incredibly cool content.
We were actually invited to come out and be a part of a really cool online creative course. We were a part of a bunch of different videos. We were kind of talking through and teaching everything that we do, from like scouting out a location to figuring out outfits, posing, camera gear, what settings we shoot with, how we edit our photos. It was like very in-depth, these courses. The software releases later this year, kind of around Christmas, and then the online courses are going to be coming out after that. So we're really excited to see them, slightly nervous.
Oh man, I'm really excited. This video we're making here is only gonna briefly touch on all the stuff that we did for that online course. So I'm excited to see it. This video will be cool too, guys. We're gonna show you Luminar AI. We're gonna show you some of the awesome tools it has, how you can edit a photo really simply, and how all the AI tools that they have in the software make things so much easier.
It's mind-blowing.
But in order to do that, guys, we need some photographs.
We're gonna brave the cold. We actually woke up to a snowstorm today, so that's exciting.
Stoked about it.
Yeah, we both actually really love the snow, so we were very excited about that. But we are gonna head up into the mountains, see if we can find some yummy, fresh, white snow.
You ready to do this?
I'm ready.
We're out here braving the cold. It's a winter wonderland. It snowed last night, guys. It's not that much, maybe an inch or two. We're just up Provo Canyon.
We really wanted to just kind of walk you guys through our whole process here a little bit. So we came out here to set up everything that we do, all of our tripod, all of our gear, everything like that. We're gonna set it up, show you how we take our photos, and then show you how we edit those new photos that we just took. So we just kind of wanted to take everyone through the whole process.
As you guys know, Chelle is a professional photographer. I am a
professional videographer. I think.
I was gonna say a mid-level wannabe videographer. But as you guys know, we travel a lot and we always like to carry our gear with us, take photos, take videos along the way. We do not always have someone around to take our photos for us. But Mr. Teapot here, he is basically he's basically third wheel. He travels with us everywhere. He's always on my back, strapped to my backpack, and he is vital to us getting photographs.
He's our photographer, and he's pretty good.
And that's what we do, guys. Obviously, sometimes I'll take singles of Chelle. She'll take shots of me, but we love having photos together. The only way we can really do that is to use the tripod. We don't always like asking someone to take a photo on our camera. It can be difficult. Doesn't always come out how you want it, so.
Disclaimer, tripods are hard. They really are. And there's a lot of times that we're like, oh, we can totally get this shot. And then we try and do our best like to set up the tripod, and then we'll look at this photo after and we will both just bust up laughing because it's like, nope.
We didn't get it.
But I think that if you understand and learn how to kind of work with it to the best of your ability and to the best of its ability, it can be your best friend.
We're gonna get set up here, start snapping some photos, and hopefully not freeze to death.
If you look this way, if I turn here, you can see this epic backdrop behind us of the canyon, and it's just unbelievable. But what you will also see, the road and the cars. But if we set up here, we can block all of that with those little twigs that are all snow covered right now.
This is beautiful up here. This fog is out, the snow is still falling. I want some fattier flakes. You probably can't even see these in the video. Probably won't even be able to see them in the photos, but.
You can see them on your beard. I can see them on your beard.
All right, let's go. All right, it's really starting to come down. I think that was great. We definitely lost our beautiful canyon back there. That view did not last very long, and these clouds rolled in and started dumping a lot more snow. Still got some beautiful photos out here. First snow of the year. They're gonna look amazing. All right, guys, we made it back. We survived the freezing cold, and we're gonna jump.
So cold. Oh, thank you. He missed us.
He missed us big time. Guys, we're not gonna waste any time here. We're gonna jump right into the editing room with yours truly. She's talented, everybody. We're really stoked to be sponsored by Skylum in this video and show you Luminar AI. It is a really cool software, everybody. We learned to use it out in DC, and we really fell in love with a lot of its capabilities. The coolest thing being it has 10 different AI tools. And what that means is it makes editing faster and easier for you.
We're not talking you gotta be like super experienced and know what you're doing in advance. This is a software that anyone can use. It's that incredible.
Even? You thought I was gonna point to her,
I thought you were
didn't
gonna
you?
point to me. Even this one.
Maybe not him. But you're gonna see, Chelle's gonna walk you through one of our favorite photos from the shoot today and show you exactly how easy it can be to edit a photo beautifully in Luminar AI. And a lot of the things she'll be doing are just moving sliders. They have sliders for their AI tools. They auto-detect faces, lips, teeth, all sorts of different things. You don't have to waste time masking. It is a really, really simple way to edit a photo. If you are at all interested in getting into photo editing, regardless of your skill level, check out the link in our description that will give you more information about Luminar AI. So we're gonna jump in here, start editing. Chelle, take it away.
All right, let's do it. All right, guys, we are at our kitchen table, which is our desk right now because we don't have a desk yet at the moment. So we're gonna dive right into editing right now. Got my editing glasses on, my little blue light glasses. No, I do not need actual glasses, nor do I wear them. These are my editing glasses. Okay, moving on, we're editing now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna go to mood under the creative tab, and I'm going to choose our custom LUT. LUTs are very similar to presets, and Daniel and I have a preset that we use on all of our photos. Just kind of as a starting point, that's how we do it. Everyone's kind of different. I'm gonna change the amount. I'm gonna go up to probably, let's say 55. I like 55. I think that looks good. I always go into essentials right after that, and I always go and play with my light. I play with my colors, but one thing that's really cool about Luminar AI is it has an AI accent, which kind of adjusts a lot of the lighting things that you would normally do under the light tab, but it does it all with one slider, which is really cool. So like your highlights, your shadows, your contrast, your exposure, all of that good stuff. Gonna draw my accent up, not too far, probably to like 45. And if I turn that on and off, you can just kind of see what it did to the background. It made it pop a little bit, but not too much that it distracted from us as the subjects, obviously. All right, now I wanna go down into my color, and this is kind of where I have a lot of fun. I tweak colors on photos a lot. I love to tweak colors. It just really makes the photo come alive. I'm gonna take my reds a little bit more to the orange yellow side just to make them a little bit warmer rather than like red and bright and kind of coldish feeling. I'm gonna take my yellows a little bit more to the orange side on my hue. Not a ton, just a little bit, ever so slightly. And then this cyan right here is blue. This is going to affect the color in our jackets because we have all denim on. So when I adjust the cyan and the blue, that's going to change the colors of these, which I want to change a little bit. I just want them to be softer, but also pop more. Don't know if that makes sense, but hopefully it will by the time this photo's done. So I'm gonna take my cyan to a little bit more to the blue side, maybe positive, let's say 20. And then I'm gonna take my blue and I'm gonna take it more to the turquoise side instead of the purple side. We'll say the same thing, 20. And then if I click down into my luminance right here, if I drop the cyan all the way down, you can see it's very subtle in our denim jackets right there. But then if I bring it all the way up, it just makes them pop a little bit more. And then same thing with the blue, all the way up, really made those denim jackets kind of pop and almost like washed them out a little bit. And I just kind of like that because it's like a snowy day and I like it. So now I want to go under light into temperature, and I'm gonna warm this photo up just a little bit. You guys know us, we love warm photos. I'm all about it. I love warm photos, warm skin tones, but you don't want them to be too orange. So I'm not gonna take it up too much. You can see just a little bit. Here's a little bit before and after of what we've done so far. I'd say it's turning out out pretty deep, okay? But there's still a long ways to go. Now I want to raise the exposure. We're still in the light tab here, and I'm going to raise my exposure just a little bit, not a lot. You can see it's very subtle. And then I'm gonna go down to the smart contrast. And the smart contrast, I have to say, is really cool. It's not like your typical contrast. The smart contrast is just a more elevated way to edit the contrast in the photo, whether it's the contrast in the shadows or the highlights or whatever it is, but it just makes it easier, and it's like a softer contrast adjustment rather than this super harsh one. So I'm gonna take my smart contrast up to just 25. Very subtle, very minimal, but that's what we're all about. We like to edit our photos really natural. We don't like when photos feel like overcooked. We take photos of ourselves or other people, so we're shooting a lot of like people, which means a lot of skin tones, and I feel like you can't get away with kind of overcooking a photo when it comes to skin tones the way you can if you're shooting, let's say, like a landscape or something. A landscape, cook it. Let's make everything just pop, because that's what you want out of a landscape photo. But when it comes to editing portraits, I feel like you only want certain things to pop. So the smaller, more natural tweaks, we feel as though are the better way to go, but that's because we just kind of like more of a natural, warmer edit. The AI structure is another kind of like contrasty, clarity type tool, and I'm actually gonna take mine down, which might not be a popular opinion, but I want to because I kind of want to soften this photo a little bit. We're out in the snow, it's fluffy, it's fun. I don't want it to be overly harsh. So I'm gonna take mine down to about -10, very minimal, but that's what we like. And then here we are back into color, and I'm going to remove the color cast, and I'm gonna take that to about +15, and it's very subtle, so if I go all the way, you can kind of see what it does, like all of the different colors that are casting over us in the sky, whatever, totally good, just kind of like flattens them out. But then if I take it back, you can see a lot of those colors come back, but I just wanna adjust some of those colors. So take it up to about +15. Now I'm staying in the luminance, and I'm going to raise my yellow. I like to really raise my yellows up, not always all the way, but in this case, all the way. I feel like it helps to kind of soften and also bring out my hair a little bit. Blondes can have kind of like a yellowy undertone, or just tone in general. But if I kind of raise that, then it gives it a little bit creamier of a color. So I'm gonna raise my yellows all the way up because I like that. Now I'm going to go into the portrait tool. And I have to tell you, this little portrait tool tab thing over here on the right-hand side is one of my favorite things about this Luminar AI software. It is so money when you are shooting portraits. We love it. We love it so much. So I'm gonna use the face light right now because Daniel is kind of looking down at me, and my face is more like up towards the sun. So my face naturally just has more light on it than his face, but I wanna bring a little bit more light out to his face. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my little paint mask, and I'm going to mask just his face, and you can do it really sloppy. Like watch, I'm gonna cover like even his whole beanie, all of that, and then just his face. Watch, I'll bring it all the way up. Just his face lit up, but it's such a clean light up. It's not everywhere. So I honestly love this because it's so clean, it's so natural, just like subtly brightens his face. I'm gonna take it to 25, and then watch, I'm gonna toggle this on and off. Oh, money. A lot of times when people go to like edit teeth, we'll say, teeth are something that can very easily and so quickly be way overdone, where it is so dramatic and so obvious that it just looks really bad. But one thing that I love about Luminar AI is they have figured it out. They actually have a teeth whitening slider that is so subtle. It's so subtle, it's so believable. I mean, I'm sliding this thing, it's just so subtle. It's detecting both of our teeth. You can see Daniel's, barely his teeth are showing right here under his beard, and then obviously like I've got a whole mouth full of teeth showing there, but it is detecting both of our mouths and whitening those, but very, very subtly. So I'm gonna brighten those just a little bit, just because this photo's got a lot of bright white elements going on that I just kind of want our teeth to pop along with the snow and everything else that we've got going on. Now I'm gonna come over to the Pro tab over here on the side. So I'm gonna go into super contrast, and you see they've got 3 things here. They've got the highlights contrast, the midtones contrast, and then the shadows contrast. But for this particular photo, I only want to adjust these midtones contrast right here, and I'm gonna bring that up to about 10, not too far, but if I bring it all the way up, you can kind of see what things are doing. It's just making the photo like oversaturated, contrasty, and then backing it off a little bit. Let's take it to like 14. I like it right there. So watch, I'm toggle that on and off, and you can see it's very subtle, but it just adds a little bit of oomph to the photo and kind of makes it pop just a little bit more. In fact, I'm even gonna back that off a little bit. I'm gonna go to 12. Last but not least, certainly not least, I like to add a little bit of grain into our photos. I just like the overall feel that it gives. I can't really tell you why, I just like it. And I always like to do this last because I like to get all my coloring corrected and done, and then I put the grain on at the very end, and it's just the final touch, and I personally just like it. So what I'm gonna do is come over into creative, and down at the bottom there's the film grain. I'm going to take my grain up to about 10. Zoom in, there it is. Oh, so beautiful, it's so subtle. I just really, really like what it does to the overall feel of the photo. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I don't know about this man behind the camera over here, but I'm feeling good about this. So I wanna show you guys a little before and after. Here's the before, and here's the after. Before, after. I don't know, guys, tell me what you think, tell me if you like it. I'm feeling really good about this. I like to actually look at it without my glasses on too, because sometimes it can adjust the color. I'm loving it, I think it's so cute. I feel like we made the photo pop, we're telling a story. First snowfall of the year, we're clearly stoked. I definitely don't have any snow on my tongue, but I have a ton in my hair, so I'm feeling great about this, you guys. It was quick and easy. So there is a mini run through of the awesome software, Luminar AI, and we honestly can't wait for this to come out so that all of you guys can get your hands on it. This is like for anybody. I promise you, these AI tools make editing so much easier. Hopefully you guys learned a thing or two. Guys, I hope you learned something today. I hope we were able to give you just a little taste of some of the basic tools that Luminar AI has to offer. The AI tools are honestly game changers. They make editing so much quicker and easier. You saw the difference that it was making by just a few simple sliders.
I hope you guys enjoyed that video. We had a ton of fun. We love going out and shooting together. She's a blast from the past. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next time. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Dan and Chelle, the best channel on YouTube. All right, for real.
Hi.
What's up, everybody? It's about our 4th try starting this video now.
I'm ready. Bow, chicken, wow.
Dan and Chelle editing room, take 1.